Hi there, everybody. Welcome to another album review. My name is Christian Eschbach. All right, everybody. So I just happened to pop into my local record store today, the one that deals with used compact discs, and I picked up Ozzy Osbourne, Bark at the Moon. Paid $10 for this one. I didn't just buy Bark at the Moon, though, just to show you what other Ozzy albums are coming. We got No Rest for the Wicked, Just Say Ozzy, and Down to Earth. I've already listened to Down to Earth, and I know how that review is going to go, and the fact that I had to pay $10 for the album kind of upsets me a little bit, but that is neither here nor there. We are going to focus on Bark at the Moon. First off, was it worth the $10 for a used copy? Yes. In retrospect, I don't understand the hate that Jake E. Lee gets. He's not Randy. Obviously, he's not Randy. And he does have his own style, and I'm going to be completely honest. There are a couple tracks on this album where you can tell he's a shredder, and it's more about the shred and less about the substance. We're going to get into this as I go, though. All right, so the album opens up with Bark at the Moon. Title track, everybody should know Bark at the Moon. We're all good. I don't really need to talk about Bark at the Moon, right? Because Bark at the Moon is just one of those songs everybody should know. Fantastic song. Okay, let's move on. Then immediately the album slows down a little bit with You're No Different. When I say slows down, I don't mean that like it slows down into a ballady mode, even though it kind of does. But it really kind of just is a mellower, kind of softer song. That's all it is. It's not that's it. Like, it's not a bad tune. It's not a ballad. It's not one of those Ozzy soft tunes that you just kind of like, eh. It's just a little mellower. Now You See It, Now You Don't. First song on the album I'm not overly thrilled with. It's not a bad tune. It doesn't do too much for me. Then we go into Rock and Roll Rebel, which that's just a fun song, man. That's a song that really, I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed didn't stay in the live set more than it did, because it's a good live tune. It really is. It's not a great Ozzy song. It's not a great, like, it's not a high quality song, but it's a great live song. And there are some songs in this world that are just really good live songs, and they're not meant to be the killer standouts on the albums necessary. I don't know. My opinion, anyways. But I think Rock and Roll Rebel was fantastic. That's followed up by Center of Eternity, which I really like. The keyboard work at the very beginning of it sets a really nice tone and vibe and everything like that. When it gets into the more guitar-laden parts and whatnot, it's okay, but it doesn't do as much for me as one might hope or think. Then you go into So Tired. This one definitely a lot more mellow, a lot more chilled out, but I really do honestly enjoy this song. I think it's actually a really good tune. One of those ones I could definitely play over and over. I don't know if I'd put it in a mix or anything, but on this album, it is a great solid album cut. Then we get to Slow Down. I love this song, man. Oh my god, how did I never hear this song before? This has got to be one of my favorite songs off of this album, man. Like, this is a really good tune. Got some great blistering riff to it, some real energy to it. Really, really enjoyable tune the whole way around. But both Slow Down and the next track, Waiting for Darkness, you can hear the little excessive shreds in there where they almost don't feel like they're honestly part of the song. It feels like, hey, let's see how many notes we can hit in a section. And then the album finished off with Spiders in the Night, and I really dig Spiders in the Night. I think it was a great way to finish off this album. Another song that I think should have been in live sets over the years, because it really, really is enjoyable. And I think has honestly just kind of been left out because it really is more of an album cut than anything. Great album cut. Fantastic album cut. The whole way around, I'm going to suggest this album. If you don't own Bark of the Moon, you probably should own Bark of the Moon. Realistically, truly, down in brass tacks, the only songs on here not huge on is Now You See It, Now You Don't, and Center of Eternity. They're the only ones that really don't do much for me, but they're still both very enjoyable and good songs. I really wish I had more to add to this review. I don't, because it's Ozzy, right? This is the remaster. Okay, so this is the remaster from the first set of remastering, not the second set of remastering. They did not replace any of the band members when they remastered these like they did with some of the other albums. Thanks, Sharon, for proving you're a piece of shite. I'm not a fan of Sharon Osbourne. I never will be. But, you know, some of the album artwork. I like that they put this in here. My biggest complaint when they redid this particular set of remasters was this layout here for the album cover. I thought it was really stupid. And this was another cheap trick, honestly, to try and rip people out of money due to reprinting stuff. They have to pay a lot less to use this image as part of a greater image than they do if they use just this image completely up front. Most people don't realize that there are a lot of ins and outs and ups and downs when it comes to album art, cover work, and whatnot. Sometimes it's paid for outright, sometimes it's not. Here we go. Here is the band that is on this album. So we got Jakey Lee, Bob Daisley, Ozzy, Tommy Aldrich, and Don Airey. So Jakey Lee on guitar, Bob Daisley on bass, Tommy Aldridge on drums, and Don Airey on keyboards. Look at Ozzy with that short hair, man. I gotta say, when Ozzy was thin and had a short hair in the 80s, I thought it wasn't bad. This stuff, though, man, wow. Not sure how I feel about that. And not because Ozzy's in drag. I have nothing against Ozzy doing drag. That's hilarious. It's how ugly Ozzy is as a woman. Kind of looks a little bit like Sharon there, don't you think? Oh, look at this. Oh my God, the little gold sticker was still in here from the remastering. That is awesome. I can't believe whoever had this kept it all these years. It also tells me that they didn't open those up all these years. And then once upon a time, you were even able to order stuff by getting this CD. Don't know if you still could anymore. That'd be really interesting. Guarantee you're not getting it for the prices. Oh my God, the prices on here? This is insane. Shipping and handling. Let's see here. Add $2 for each additional item. We got prices. See, the Ozzy, the Montage shirt was $22. The black logo shirt was $18. $15 for the hat. And the gold record Ozzy celebration was $149. At $4.95 for the first item for shipping and handling, $2 for each additional item. For an item orders, add $15, and Canada add $10. Wow. Prices, it specifies prices valid through March 31st, 1996. So if you did not buy this album within a year of it coming out as the re-release, you weren't getting any of those deals. Yikes. Oh, I should also mention that, and I just noticed it as I was looking at this, Spiders in the Night is actually listed as a bonus track on here. It was not on the original release, which is a shame because that means the original release ended with Wait for Darkness, which wasn't a bad way to end it, but nowhere near as good as Spiders in the Night. Anyways, folks, that's enough. I've covered this album. Let me know what you think down below. That's what the comment section is for. Drop me a line. Let me know what you think. There's a couple links down there as well. Check those out for me. I'd appreciate that. There's a like button, a subscribe button, a bell for notification. If you could hit those, that would also be great. Otherwise, folks, peace, love, take care, and I'll see you for the next Ozzy album.